Good morning team, Coach Calvin here. Welcome to day 22 of your home workout. Today's focus is going to be a strength upper body workout. So all you need for this workout is a mat, a towel and some resistance bands if you've got them. So let's use all this time we got right now and crush this strength workout. As always, don't forget to tag us, hashtagging I can, I will. Have an awesome workout and I'll see you very soon.
Let's get started with a dynamic warm-up. We're gonna go through 5 exercises. We'll demonstrate those for you, and then you can work through your 2 rounds. We're gonna start down on the ground, maybe lay out a towel or a blanket like we have here for a little bit of extra padding underneath your hands and knees. Shoulders are gonna stack directly over top of your wrists, hips are stacked directly over your knees, and go ahead and relax your feet so the tops of your shoes are facing towards the ground. From here, we're gonna start with a T-spine rotation. So keeping one hand planted firmly, core engaged just slightly, we're gonna bring fingertips to the ear and then raise your elbow towards the ceiling, rotating through that thoracic spine and then reaching that elbow back towards the floor. Go through this motion 5 times, again, focusing on rotating just through that upper half of your torso rather than rotating all the way through those hips. 10 total, 5 on each side. Staying in that same position, we're gonna go right into what's called a cat camel. So you are mimicking what those animals, I guess, look like, right? So we'll go ahead and start by arching through that back, making that hump by tucking your chin and then tucking those hips underneath. And then let's go back the opposite direction, crown of your head and tailbone to the ceiling, really mobilizing that spine, really warming up that torso for some of the work that we're gonna be doing later. 5 total here. And then we're gonna again stay in the same position, moving right into what we call the fire hydrant. This is really to help open up those hips. So we are going to draw a circle with our knee. External rotation would be to lift the knee to the outside first and then shoot that leg out behind you, then bringing your knee back underneath your hips. 5 that direction, and then you do wanna make it an internal rotation as well, just simply moving the opposite direction. 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. Now our next one is gonna be a dynamic runner's lunge. So we are gonna add an overhead side reach. In order to help with posture, maybe grab something that you have at home. We happen to have a ginormous spoon. So we're gonna have John hold that over top of his head. That way his shoulders are gonna stay in the right position, ears stacked over that shoulder, over that hip, and then his front foot is gonna come a little bit further than that 90-degree angle that you're used to seeing. This way he'll be able to make it dynamic by shifting forward, opening up through that hip flexor while he's leaning over to the side. And again, by holding on to whatever object it is, maybe it's a towel for you, you'll be able to make sure that you stay in alignment. 5 one direction and then 5 on the opposite side. One more exercise, we're calling this the plank to an alternating ankle reach. Get into your high plank position, again, shoulders stacked directly over wrists, feet are shoulder width apart, tuck that core or those hips under to engage that core, and then lift through your hips, reaching your opposite hand towards that opposite ankle. You're simply gonna go as far as you can for your range of motion, moving back and forth for 10 total, 5 on each side. 2 full rounds, 5 exercises. Let's get that body primed for the work that you're about to do. right, this block is all about working those stabilizing muscles in your upper body, especially those shoulders. This is definitely going to help prevent injuries while we're doing everyday movements. We do need a mini band for this block, and Dee Dee's already got the green one ready to go. So 4 total exercises that we're going to continue to repeat for about 8 minutes. Our first exercise is going to be our iso squat with a front raise. So first thing, just like Dee Dee already did, you're going to place that band around your wrists and then sit down into those heels. Feet are a little bit wider, keeping that chest up nice and proud. And we're going to straighten those arms out. Nice and slow. You're going from shoulder to knee and back up to that shoulder. So focus on keeping that core nice and tight and working through your range of motion. The most important part, you're going to keep those hands shoulder width apart and tension on that band the whole time. We've got 20 total here. Your next exercise, we are going to challenge that balance just a little bit. This is our standing balance bicep curl. So a little bit shorter range of motion for that bicep curl, but we are going to work balance and coordination. Yes, we are at the same time. So standing set position, raising one knee to almost hip height. And then we are going to focus on squeezing that bicep at the top, bringing that thumb right to that collarbone or the front of that shoulder. Nice, slow, and controlled movements here. You've got 10 on one side, 10 on the other. Again, keep tension on that band the whole time. Next, again, a small range of motion. We've got our pull apart. So for this one, you're going to have your hands in a fist, but your palms are going to face towards the floor. We're going to really focus on, and actually, Dee Dee, why don't we turn to this side so we can see a little bit better? You really want to anchor those shoulder blades down into your back pockets. Again, small range of motion. So she's going to stretch that band apart. Again, small, concise, controlled movements, focusing on squeezing through the back of those shoulders and returning to that shoulder width apart with that band. We've got 20 total here. Again, focus on not collapsing those shoulders forward. So proud chest throughout that whole motion. Last one is our kneeling hip hinge low row. So we're going to place that band around the midfoot on one foot, stack that knee directly over top of that ankle. You can use your forearm to support as you lean forward in that hinge. We've still got that straight line though from your ear down to your hip. And just like you can see Dee Dee doing, we're driving that elbow towards the ceiling, really using those big back muscles here. We've got 10 on each side. So again, 4 exercises, 8 minutes. Let's get to work.
Take my mind away with a snap of your fingers, and I can't help that. My heart is sad but true.
quite some time. It's gonna be a very long night, and I got everything, so now I feel right. If you're ready, then let us party for the night. If you're ready to have an awesome time, I'm ready, so let's party for the night. If you're ready to have an awesome time, I'm ready, so let us party for the night. Bottles and bottles and bottles, I'm popping some bottles and more, doing the most. How can I stop when I'm going? As long as it's green, I'ma go. Let us get low, partying like I'm the host, all white like I'm a ghost. Just so you know, I am the life of the party. I'm so bright, I can just glow. Feel so good when you alive, tasting the airs I breathe in the night. Let's take a flight, we can go high, Vegas to Cali or even Dubai. Don't ask why, just say yeah. Anywhere that you can think of, we there. Facing our fears as we go on this ride. Loving this life, I'm ready for the night. I'm ready tonight. We've been hanging on for quite some time. It's gonna be a very long night, and I got everything, so now I feel right. If you're ready, then let us party for the night. If you're ready to have an awesome time, I'm ready, so let's party for the night. If you're ready to have an awesome time, I'm ready, so let us party for the night. In my rear view, I got a clear view, but if I did to take a chance, I wanna dance, so I'ma ask if you a kid too. Here's the truth, I'm feeling nice and you looking right, so let's share the room. A cup of ice and a double shot of whatever's got me in this mood. It just feels good, living your life like you know that you should. Ride that wave, sip champagne, out for the night cause we just got paid. Club on slate, nothing to say, just good vibes, we live in a blade. Doing whatever we want on this ride. Loving this life, I'm ready for the night, I'm ready tonight. We've been hanging on for quite some time. It's gonna be a very long night, and I got everything, so now I feel right. If you're ready, then let us party for the night. If you're ready to have an awesome time, I'm ready, so let's party for the night. If you're ready to have an awesome time, I'm ready, so let us party for the night.
Coach D, you ready to get your heart rate up?
I am.
We're going to do it with a 4-minute agility block here. So Coach D is an artist, and she painted this beautiful square. We use painter's tape, and we encourage you guys to as well. A nice square for this agility block. So it is Tabata style. That means 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. We're going to alternate 2 exercises and do 4 total rounds of both exercises combined. First exercise is around the world. So both feet, Coach D is going to jump outside of the box to the front, back in, to the side, to the back, to the side. 20 seconds, making sure she takes off of and lands both feet. Option for all of these is to step and step back. Again, quick, rapid fire movements, getting that heart rate up. After 10 seconds of rest, we're going to move to in and outs. So we're going to jump the feet outside the box and back in, nice and quick, nice and explosive, minimal bend in the knee so that we can get that really fire movement. Option is to step apart and together. 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 4 rounds of those 2 exercises. Let's do it.
This core block focuses primarily on the plank. We're gonna strengthen those inner core muscles, which can help improve posture. You guys are gonna have 4 exercises, 30 seconds of each for a total of 3 rounds, adding up to 6 minutes of total work. And you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. We're gonna start in our low plank position. We're gonna be on those forearms, elbows stacked underneath the shoulders, feet are hip width apart, keeping those hips nice and low. We're gonna drop that left knee first. We have 15 seconds of a low plank over and out. As you can see, keeping that leg straight and just bringing that toe over to the other side, resetting to our starting position. At the 15-second mark, you'll switch sides. Next up, we're gonna come up to our high plank position. So now our hands are gonna be stacked underneath the shoulders for 30 seconds of a plank jack. We're gonna squeeze those glutes, popping those feet out just a little bit wider, back to your starting position. Options here, we can always step it out and step it back to our original position. Let's go back down to that low plank. We've got 30 seconds of a plank hold, really focusing on that belly button to spine, squeezing those glutes. Options here, we can always drop down to the knees, holding that plank. Last but not least, we got that child's pose. So we're gonna bring those toes together, knees out to the width of your mat, pressing through your hands, bringing those glutes back, really focusing on stretching that lower back. You have 3 total rounds. Go ahead and get started.
Let me rock your mind, do all the things you like. I believe the hype, we don't have to fantasize. Let me do the time for your nasty crime. I think I can handle it, baby, let's get scandalous. Baby, let's get scandalous. Baby, let's get scandalous. Baby, let's get scandalous. Baby, let's get scandalous.
about to get started, I'm feeling the groove. Somebody let's party, get naughty, I do what I do. So baby shake it, I wanna take it, and I'm all over you. Drinking, smoking, everybody move. It's on, baby, go crazy, everybody hit the floor. We on an adventure, maybe we'll get so hazy till the morning shows the light. No, I can't get enough, you know I hold it down. The music steady playing, listen to the sound. And I'ma drop a couple stacks, do it like that when I come around. So just raise your hands to the sky. You know we're feeling so alive. And we got that money, got that money, got that. So just take your place, feel the vibe. You know we're feeling so alive. And we got that money, got that money, got that. Put your hands to the sky. Yeah, we got that money, got that money. Yeah, we got that money, got that money. It's about to get started, I'm feeling the groove. Somebody let's party, get naughty, I do what I do. So baby shake it, I wanna take it, and I'm all over you. Drinking, smoking, everybody move. It's on, baby, go crazy, everybody hit the floor. We on an adventure, maybe we'll get so hazy till the morning shows the light. No, I can't get enough, you know I hold it down. The music steady playing, listen to the sound. And I'ma drop a couple stacks, do it like that when I come around. So just raise your hands to the sky. You know we're feeling so alive. And we got that money, got that money, got that. So just take your place, feel the vibe. You know we're feeling so alive. And we got that money, got that money, got that. Put your hands to the sky. Yeah, we got that money, got that money. Yeah, we got that money, got that money.
All right, guys, we have a 5-minute agility block for you. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. So for this agility block, we're focusing on lateral movements. That's gonna help with injury prevention. Ready to go, Vinny? All right, let's get that heart rate up. So we're gonna start off with a side lateral shuffle. So moving nice and wide, tapping the ground, and then going back the other side. You got 45 seconds of work, and then you get to catch your breath for 15 seconds. Let's go ahead and knock it out.
I'm gonna fly away. If it was meant to be, and you were meant for me, let me let you go and see if you come back to me. I'm gonna fly
you've worked hard to this point, but what's equally important is the flexibility block. With this one, primarily, we're gonna be working the posterior chain, those hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. Our focus here is to make sure that we reduce injury, especially hunching our shoulders over, hitting next episode on our favorite streaming service. We have 4 movements that we're gonna hold for 20 seconds each. Em, you ready to do this? Oh, yeah. All right, we're gonna start things off with our standing overhead side reach. We're gonna bring our arms overhead. We're gonna grab that wrist, nice deep breath, leaning to our left side to start off, working the lats and the obliques. As we get a little bit deeper into that stretch, each inhale on the exhalation, we're gonna see if we can get a millimeter further into that. Now, whatever range of motion is available to you, use that. Then we're gonna go ahead and switch sides. Nice deep breath, chest nice and tall. And let's come back to that starting position. Next up, we have our standing toe reach. Nice deep breath, feet together, shoulders back nice and proud. We're gonna hinge from the waist, keeping that chest nice and tall, reaching for those toes. Working primarily with our hamstrings, glutes, a little bit with the lower back here. Now, Emily has ridiculous flexibility. You may not have that available to you. So you can always go to the calves, maybe behind the knees. Again, whatever's available to you at that moment. Very nice. Let's go ahead, walk those hands out to a high plank. We're gonna get ourselves ready for a downward dog. We're gonna start from our high plank position, walk the hands back just a little bit, pressing through the hands, raising those glutes in the air. Legs are straight to really emphasize that stretch on the hamstrings. And for an added benefit on the calves, we're gonna add a running addition to it, alternating, bending each knee. Nice, slow, and controlled here. Last but not least, we have a runner's lunge with a rotation. We're gonna step one foot out nice and wide, dropping that back knee down to the ground. We're gonna bring both hands down to the inside of that right leg, pressing that elbow into the right knee. We're gonna reach up with our left hand, reaching for the sky. This is gonna work the thoracic spine, really making sure we keep it nice and safe. Holding it for 20 seconds, bringing it back down, and then switch sides. You have 4 exercises, 20-second hold for each. Go ahead and cool down. You've earned it.
All the way, I call the shots. I own this ball. Unafraid of who I am. Unafraid to be the best of everything I am. Unafraid touch the sky. Unafraid of who I am. My energy's on the rise. When I left in Wally, I saw who I was. No temper fits my curves, and now I'm looking in straight to the heart. I told you as it is, I own this spot. If I fall or if I fail, I'll get up again. 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 Take me as I am. I own this spot. If I fall or if I fail, I'll get up again.